My name is Ayedepoyemi Bashir, and I'm presenting the topic female genital mutilation continuing in Nigeria. First of all, we start with the definition of female genital mutilation, which was defined by WHO 2024. It defines female genital mutilation as the partial or the total removal of the external female genitalia for non-medical reason, and is recognized internationally as a violation of the human rights of girls and women. So, the female genital mutilation culture is a deeply entrenched cultural practice in Nigeria, which affects millions of girls and women. Also, we need to also know that Nigeria has one of the highest rates of female genital mutilation concern in the world, with variation across different regions and ethnic groups. So, the Nigerian government has enacted laws prohibiting female genital mutilation causing numerous non-government organizations, NGOs, and international bodies. They are working to raise awareness and change cultural attitudes, and support the survivors. Despite all these efforts, the persistence of female intervention underscores the need for continued and intensified action to protect the right and well-being of Nigeria girls and in order to effectively address the complex issue of female genital mutilation causing, a thorough testing, evaluation, and output generation plan is essential. So the testing plan involves piloting the recommended multifaceted community-based intervention in selected communities, ensuring active engagement and feedback from stakeholders throughout the process. Now, the testing plan involves pilot implementation, data collection, and feedback mechanism. So, this is a study that was carried out among women of reproductive age between 15 to 49 years within Ibadan, Oyo State, in four participating public hospitals, which are considered to have a high volume of women attending the antenatal clinics. These hospitals they were located in Eleyele, Iwo Road, Berry, and Challenge. This location they were chosen because they are populated with people with diverse ethnic backgrounds. So the study used questionnaire designs to obtain primary data from the respondents So the data collectors documented the online responses using Google Forms. The inhabitants identified primarily as Christians, Muslims, and other traditional worshippers. All participants of the study they were women of reproductive age who had at least one daughter, and other women who doesn't have who are not mother or daughters. Respondents in the study were women attending the antenatal clinic at the participating health facilities. Now we start with our evaluation. So this focus on respondents' demographics on ethnicity, education, religion, marital status, and age to do our evaluation. And the overall respondents is 1,200 respondents, of which 400 were mothers, 568 were other women, and 232 were. Starting here, we are going to evaluate the ethnicity. We have the Igbos, the Hausas, the Yoruba, and other tribe. So we have the Igbos, we have 200 respondents, Hausa 134 respondents, Yoruba 803 respondents, and others we have about 63 respondents. So for the Igbos, 200 were mothers, 100 were other women, while 50 were daughters. Hausas, 34 were mothers, 67 were other women, 34 were daughters as well. Yorubas, 201 were mothers, 402 were other women, while 201 were daughters. For others, 16 were mothers, 32 were other women, and 16 were daughters. So it is a Yoruba state where we expect the Yorubas to have the highest population, or which they carry the 67%, followed by the Igbos 17%, Hausas 11%, the others are 5. Our next evaluation item is education. So we have non-formal education, primary education, secondary education, and post-secondary education. For the non-formal education, 17 have non-formal education, 56 has a primary education, 457 has secondary education, and 670 has post-secondary education. So for the non-formal education now, 4 were mothers, 9 were other women, 4 were daughters. Then for primary education, 17 mothers as primary education, 24 other women as primary education, and 15 daughters has a primary education. 89 mothers has secondary education, 195 other women has secondary education, and 173 daughters has secondary education. 256 mothers has a post-secondary education, 164 other women has a post-secondary education, and 250 has a post-secondary education. So now, as you can see from the charts here, we can see that most of them has a post-secondary education, which are contributed to 56% of them as post-secondary education, while 38% of all of these women and daughters as secondary education, just 5% as primary education, and just 1% as no formal education. So, what we are basically next to be the religion, we have people that are Christian, Muslim, and traditional worshippers. So, for the Christian, 489 were Christians, 567 were Muslims, while 144 were traditional worshippers. So, for the Christianity now, 187 mothers were Christian, 135 other women were Christian, and 167 daughters were Christian. Then 246 mothers were Muslims, 239 other women were Muslims, and 82 daughters were Muslims. 157 mothers were traditional worshippers, 48 other women were traditional worshippers, and 39% were traditional worshippers. So as you can see from the chart, uh, most 47% of them were Muslims, 41% were Christians, followed by traditional worshippers of just so evaluation years will be the marital status. We have people that are currently married and not currently married. So the respondents, 965 were currently married, while 235 were not currently married. So for the currently married, 534 were mothers were currently married, 374 other women are currently married, 57 daughters are currently married. So 45 mothers are not currently married, 56 other women are not currently married, and 134 daughters are not currently married. Which most of them are currently they are currently married. It's 80% of them are currently married, while 20% of them are not currently. So now the next evaluation will be on the people that are less than 35 years and people that are greater than or equals to 35 years. So people that are less than 35 years are 593, which contributes to 49%. And people that are greater than or equals to 35 years is 607. So people that are less than 35 years, we have 187 mothers are greater than 35 years, 163 other women are less than 35 years, and 243 daughters are less than 35 years. Also, 543 mothers are greater than or equal to 35 years. 47 other women are greater than or equal to 35 years. And 17 daughters are greater than or equal to 35 years. Now, the next evaluation will be that we asked a question is that is there any practice of female genital mutilation cutting in the community? So we have three different responses: yes, no, and an I don't know. So for the yes, 278 mothers answered yes, while 265 daughters answered yes. 234 mothers answered no, 91 daughters answered no, 231 mothers answered I don't know, 101 daughters answered I don't know. So the continuation of the question asks if the female genital mutilation causing is in the community. So the yellow kind of represent the mothers, while the black represent the daughters' responses. So this is the continuation of the question that was asked from the previous slide. Now the next question is that we asked do you think community leaders and influencers should play in the fight against female genital mutilation? We had two different responses, either yes or no. So 589 mothers answered yes, while 397 daughters answered yes as well. So most of the mothers answered yes, while 28 mothers answered no, and 186 daughters answered no as well. So now the evaluation of the question. So the black hand represent the mothers, while the blue represent the daughters. So this shows this helps us to understand better the question that was asked. That do you think community leaders and influencers should play in the fight against female genital mutilation? So this shows that most of the daughters, majority of the daughters answered no, while majority of the mothers are answered yes. So the next question is that is the current awareness and educational efforts informing the community about the harms of female genital mutilation effective? So three different responses: yes, no, and I don't know. So 213 mothers request answered yes, while 330 daughters answered yes as well. So most of the daughters answered yes here. So 37 mothers answered no, 80 daughters answered no. 245 mothers answered I don't know. Then 87 daughters answered I don't know. So yeah, the blue ticket represent the mother's response, while the orange represent the daughter's response. So as you can see here, the mothers and daughters actually answered I don't know and no. Those most of them answered I don't know and no, while most of the daughters answered yes. So after we done our testing, the evaluation, the next item now is the output. So according to this study, there might be a major drop in female genital mutilation if awareness is raised consistently and quickly. So numerous research have examined the frequency of female genital mutilation in different countries, in different countries, including Nigeria. For instance, the NBS National Bureau of Statistics revealed that between 2013 and 2016, there has been a significant drop of female genital mutilation from 24.6% to 18.4%. So this is consistent with our study findings, which showed that 58% of respondents they knew how beneficial it can be to educate the public about the dangers of female genital mutilation and to raise awareness of such dangers. Also, 51% of the respondents believe that the community leaders and influencers should play a role in a battle against female genital mutilation and cutting. Whereas 62% of the respondents they practice female genital mutilation. Now, talking about the solution model adjustment and amendment. So, effective intervention against female genital mutilation must include adjustments and revisions in order to be implemented and maintained. Now, the intervention can be adjusted and enhanced to better suit the needs of the community and have a lasting effect by regularly tracking the progress, getting inputs, and utilizing assessment results to guide our modification. This can be done via continuous monitoring, community feedback, and evaluation findings. Now, talking about the continuous monitoring, this should be done through regular data collection and implementation tracking. Then for the community feedback, there should be stakeholder meetings and focus groups. Then the evaluation of findings, there should be process evaluation results and impact evaluation results. Now, in conclusion, a multifaceted community-based strategy has been shown to be effective in combating female genital mutilation and female genital mutilation and cutting through thorough investigation and assessment of implemented intervention. According to the findings, lowering the prevalence of female genital mutilation and enhancing the well-being of our survivor require the implementation of strong monitoring frameworks, healthcare services, monitoring frameworks, educational programs, legislative advocacy, and awareness campaign. To bring about a lasting change, the study emphasizes the necessity of a cooperative effort, including local authorities, academics, medical professionals, legislators, and foreign organizations. Okay, now the next item is the recommendation. There has been some recommendation that we highlighted. One, we have the strengthening awareness and campaign. This can be done by continuing to leverage the social media, the local media, community leaders, and social influencers to disseminate information about the harms of female genital mutilation. Also, we have expanded educational initiative. So this can be done by integrating the female genital mutilation for the education more broadly into the school curricula and community programs, also by providing ongoing training for teachers, healthcare workers, and community leaders to enhance their understanding and advocacy against female genital mutilation cutting. Then we also have enhanced legislative and policy and advocacy. It means that there should be an advocate for the enforcement of existing laws and the development of a new legislation where necessary. Also, to collaborate with the non-government organization and international organization to support legal reforms and policy implementation. Also, we also highlighted to improvement healthcare and support services. So there should be establishment of more clinics offering medical and psychological care for survivors of female genital mutilation content. Also, to ensure that healthcare providers they receive specialized training on managing female genital mutilation related complications and providing sensitive care. Also, to develop robust monitoring and evaluation frameworks by implementing comprehensive monitoring and evaluation systems to track the progress and impact of the. Now, executive summary. This study addressed the lack of thorough information about female genital mutilation causing in Nigeria by exposing the social, cultural, and religious foundation of the practice targeting women of reproductive age at various public hospitals. A cross-sectional study was carried out among women within the age of 15 to 49 years in Ibadan, Oyo State, in order to determine the prevalence of female genital mutilation causing community attitude, awareness levels, and data was acquired through questionnaires and interview. So testing was done on a multifaceted intervention approach that included a community feedback system, ongoing monitoring, and pilot deployment. Now, the next slide is the key lessons learned. So we have highlighted some key lessons learned. We start with our community involvement, which is a very crucial, very crucial. Engaging the community leaders, members, and leaders from the outset ensures better acceptance and support for the interventions. Then the next one is a cultural sensitive approach, which are essential. Intervention must respect cultural context and work within them to achieve change. They also have education, which is a powerful tool. So, education program can significantly alter perception and behavior related to female genital mutilation content. So the fourth one is a legal frameworks, which is need strengthening. Now, robust legal frameworks and their enforcement are critical in fight against female genital mutilation content. Then the fifth one is multi-sectoral collaboration increases impact. Now, collaborative efforts across healthcare, education, legal, and community sectors create more comprehensive and sustainable interventions. Now, the next one is our healthcare support. Healthcare supports are vital for survivors. Now, providing medical and psychological support to survivors is essential for their recovery and well-being. Now, the seventh is monitoring and evaluation guide improvement. Now, the ongoing monitoring and evaluation help track progress and identify areas for improvement. Now, we also have a resource allocation is a persistent challenge. Then also we also have our communication and strategy must be adaptive. Now, effective communication strategy needs to adapt to the changing dynamics and feedback from the. Now, personal reflection. Engaging in this research on female genital mutilation content has been a deeply enlightening and transformative experience for me. It has provided me with a profound understanding of the complexities and challenges associated with addressing deeply entrenched cultural practices. Now, hearing the stories and experience of survival has been both as breaking and motivating, underscoring the urgency of the issue. Now, witnessing the impact of education awareness campaigns on changing attitudes and behavior has reinforced my belief in the power of knowledge. Now, education is not only informs but also empowers individuals and communities to challenge harmful practices and advocate for their rights. This research has highlighted the critical need for cultural sensitivity when addressing female genital mutility cutting. It has taught me that effective intervention must respect and work with within cultural context to foster genuine and sustainable change.